Think back on your own flying history for a moment. I'll bet you'd agree that no matter what kind of plane you've flown, the most exhilarating and visceral connection to an aircraft always seems to come from direct interaction with the primary flight controls. The stick, as it's often called, is where the aeronautical rubber meets the road. It's where you get to directly command the ship and feel each subtle nuance of its unique handling characteristics. With the stick and the rudder, you get to experience the joy of flying on a most intimate level. In this lesson, we'll look at how pitch, roll, and yaw are controlled in the Cirrus Vision SF-50 and familiarize you with aileron and rudder vator system design, components, and operation. You can think of primary flight controls as those that are primarily used to maneuver the airplane in flight. In most airplanes, this would include 3 control surfaces: aileron, rudder, and elevator. But your Vision jet only requires 2 control surface types. So what's missing, you ask? Well, nothing. The ailerons you're undoubtedly already familiar with. But odds are this will be your first interaction with rudder vators, a combination of rudder and elevator which provide both pitch and yaw control in a single surface. We'll look closer at those in a moment. The Vision's flight control system is manual, meaning the connection between cockpit controls and the aerodynamic surfaces is purely mechanical. Aside from the stability augmentation system, which we'll cover in the next lesson, there are no fly-by-wire elements. Control forces are transmitted via cables, pulleys, bell cranks, and push rods. In this regard, it's just like the SR-20, SR-22, and almost all other piston-powered GA aircraft. A manual system means you'll never have to worry about an electrical or hydraulic issue that might affect your ability to control the jet. Plus, it's typically a simpler and lighter type of flight control system, and that's a good thing. Now that you've got the big flight control picture, let's look more closely at individual components, starting with the ailerons. Unlike the Vision's airframe, the jet's 2 symmetrically shaped ailerons are made of aluminum alloy. Each aileron is attached to the wing via 3 hinges. Located on the outboard aft sections of each wing, they contain a balance arm and weight. The left aileron has a traditional trim tab, while the right one has a balance tab. The balance tab moves in the opposite direction of the aileron and is designed to reduce the force required from the pilot to make that input. The roll control system is operated from a side stick control yoke on either side of the cockpit. Side stick travel is approximately 20 degrees in either direction. Rolling motion and force are transmitted via multiple small bell cranks and push rods to a central bell crank in the main console. The aileron push rods run aft of the rear wing spar, outboard to the left and right wing bell crank assemblies. The wing bell crank assembly is located in front of the inboard end of the respective aileron. Along the spar, push rods are guided via bell cranks interconnecting the left and right aileron. In order to reduce adverse yaw, the ailerons are differential, meaning the up and down deflections are of differing amounts. For example, when one aileron is 15 degrees up, the opposite one will be 11.25 degrees down. If you haven't previously flown with a side stick, don't worry. Not only is it more ergonomic than a traditional center-mounted stick, but pilots who transition into side stick-equipped aircraft typically report that it becomes second nature within a few short minutes. Another advantage of side sticks is that they leave your lap area free for charts or an iPad.